This view is beautiful.
Unlike you.
What? Who said that?
Me, up here.
Where are you? Show yourself. I warn you, I know the Pengo jutsu and I am not afraid to use it.
I am down here, you stupid penguin. Can't you hear where the sounds come from?
You can talk?
No, you are going crazy. That's why you hear me talking. Of course I can talk to you, dummy.
That's impossible.
Says the penguin who has his own YouTube show.
That's true. Hello everybody, your favorite penguin is here with the new episode of Pengo's World. This week's episode theme are plants, and yes, they can talk, but not exactly as I showed in our pre-intro. What do you say, little leaf? You say they all should subscribe to Pengo's World, so guys better listen to this leaf, it has a point. Okay, now that I made my awful attempt to make you to subscribe to my channel, it's time to get you into the theme. We are now what plant is, so I will not waste your time trying to explain it to you. For a long time, your people believed that plants were just that, plants, just simple organisms with only a few signs of intelligence. But as technology got better and better, you discovered that plants are more complex than you can ever imagine. Who could ever imagine that plants could talk? But they do, through their roots. Not only that they talk with the roots, but they also listen to their neighbors with them. And from my experience, they are very rude. Anyway, more than a century ago, scientists suggested that plants have brains-like structures in their roots. Unlike that plants can talk, this one turns out to be false. Plants don't only speak with plants, they also speak with animals and even with you people. Before you label me as crazy, let me explain. You see, for communication to form you need a signal. Take animals for example, they communicate too, like birds singing, or lions roaring, that's their way of communication. Plants on the other side cannot move, so we then assumed that they cannot communicate either, but as we now know, they can through chemicals and sounds. I promise I will try to explain it to you as simple as I can. You see, although they cannot move, at least that we can see, below them their roots are highly active. If you look at the pictures of roots, you see how much the roots can spread. A century ago, scientists thought that plants have their brains inside their roots, and that's why the roots are underground to protect the plant's brain. But we now know that's not the case. Roots are still one of the most important parts of plants. We know that with roots, plants can scavenge all the resources they need except light. Now let's answer the main question. How are plants able to communicate in the first place? We said through chemicals, and one of the most common ways they do it is with VOC. VOCs are volatile organic compounds. I know they sound complicated, but they are not. VOC is the most common type of chemical signals released by the plants. They are small molecules released as gases that diffuse from through the air, away from the plant that produced them. The next method that plants use are sound signals. As you know, you people use sound waves to communicate, but your ears cannot detect all the sound waves that exist, as doctors couldn't detect my brain. But it's there, it's just small. That doesn't mean I am stupid. Anyway, first we need to understand sound waves. One of the main properties of sound waves are frequency. This here is frequency. Frequency is measured with hertz, and frequency plays a big role when it comes to detecting sound waves. Sound waves with a frequency between 20 Hz and 20,000 Hz can be detected by humans. All sound waves with frequency lower than 20 Hz are subsonic, and the one higher than 20,000 Hz are ultrasonic. Plants use a sound frequency that cannot be heard by the human ear, but they can be picked up by other plants and animals. They talk with a frequency that you people cannot hear, and that's why you don't hear them. Of course, even if you could hear them, you probably wouldn't understand anything. Also, sometimes plants don't get along with their neighbors, and then they will not grow as much as they can, and if they get along with their neighbors, they can grow better. For example, some studies showed that basil plants have beneficial effects on the growth of chili plants, and that chili seeds grow less well in the presence of fennel plants. Plants can know do they live by the good or bad neighbor by tiny vibrations in cells that can produce sounds of frequencies. Now, when we know how they talk, there's another question. Why they can talk? Why is it so important for plants to talk? Is it because they need to speak to each other like this?
Have you seen the weather forecast?
Yes, I did. They said that it will rain today.
Well, I guess they were wrong.
Yeah, they almost never got it right.
It's a beautiful day. There is not a single cloud. Guess they were right at the end.
Yes, I hate weather forecast.
Obviously, they don't have the ability to speak to discuss the weather. Plants are great communicators. They release a lot of useful information into the environment, like for example, when something is wrong they signalize their neighbors to strengthen their security, and that's how plants look out for each other. So maybe I was wrong when I told you that the plants are rude. No, I was right. Anyway, today we learned that plants can speak, how they speak, why you people don't hear them, and why it is so important for plants to speak. Don't forget to tell me your opinion in the comment down below about this theme, and give some ideas for the next theme. Thank you for watching the episode this far. Don't forget to click the red guy, follow me on my social media, and enjoy the next episode of Pengo's World. Till next week, see ya.